What's happening, people? We're back here once again on CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts. And yes, I know what you're going to say. The background does look a little bit strange, and I'm going to tell you why that is. So, when I saw that Ghetts and Skepta were releasing a tune together today, I thought, you know what, there is no way on earth I am missing this one. So I've been sat here since about 5:30. As they said it was going to drop at 6. I've been sat here at 5:30 looking for like it landing on YouTube or landing on Spotify or anything like that. But it turns out it's looking like this is an Apple Music exclusive drop. So that's why we've got Apple Music in the background. There is no other way of listening to this tune just yet. I've literally made an Apple Music account purely to play this tune. So that, as you can see, like I haven't even got things set up properly. The volumes are all weird and stuff. But yeah, I've made an Apple Music account specifically to listen to this tune. And I'm super excited for it because obviously these are two legends of UK music, UK grime music, and just UK rap music in general. I am so excited to see what the pair of them have done on the link up. The track's called IC3. Obviously Ghetts featuring Skepta, and we're going to get into it in just a second. So obviously the layout's a little bit different, so please do bear with me on if pauses are a little bit strange or whatever. We're going to break down the tune in its entirety. However, one thing I need you guys to remember is this video will include a lot of pauses. Now there's two reasons for this. First of all, obviously firstly, this is a tune which has literally just dropped, so I don't want to go and like take the piss and obviously just play it the entire way through so it's available on different networks. I want to be reviewing it and accurately breaking it down without you feeling you can just sit and listen to it whilst I'm doing my review. So that's one of the reasons. The second reason is, of course, copyright, because YouTube is swiping everything at the moment. So I want to make sure there's enough distance so it doesn't get tagged for that. And then thirdly, as I was saying, this is an analytical breakdown, so we're going to be breaking down the tune a ton. So yeah, if you aren't already subscribed, please do make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on the channel. You can get in contact, of course, via the socials as well. So at KXVU on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and SoundCloud. Loads of content going up daily. But without further ado, let's get into this one. This is going to be very weird. I'm literally playing it out of my browser. I've never used Apple Music before, so let's see.
All black attire, jaw back and fire. My nigga them ride out, horseback for hire. Full clip in the dryer.
This already sounds absolutely crazy. This sounds like Ghetts is about to get into a devilish type of bag, to be honest with you. Like the whole layout, the sort of moogie sort of synthesizer like patterns that are playing over the melodies, with sort of Ghetts coming in very calm, very collected, knowing exactly what he's going to say, being very precise, as Ghetts does so well. It's going to be interesting to see how him and Skepta work back to back, I think.
I ain't talking Richard, and I'm talking proud. We ain't now about Def and Berry. We ain't now about Crest and Semi.
Who's on production for this? Because this is sounding gnarly so far. That subtone underneath is proper gritty, and it's powerful and it's potent, but it's not overbearing. This is sounding on a production level. This is sounding crazy so far.
Huh?
There he
We
is.
ain't now about Grease. We ain't now about Ghetts and Skeppy.
Go on then. Shit. I feel like
This is sounding very cold. I think we're about to go into the first drop by the sounds of things. Remember, I am having to pause very regularly. It's usually around 10 seconds. I'm going to have to pause and break it down what's happened over those 10 seconds. But it sounds like we're about to go into the first drop.
I'm born again. Me and Ghetts on the track and it's feeling like the rooftop all again. Yeah, we're firing that corn again. Get the toe tags and the body bags in. Soon as they told me about the power that came with the black skin.
This is sounding crazy. Oh my word. Skepta over this type of instrumental, I feel, is undefeated. It's very similar to the sort of sound we heard when he was doing the Drake collaboration a few years ago. It's not like a typical grime instrumental. There's a lot of space to it. It's a bit slower, but the instrumentation and that use of space gives Skepta a lot of room to kind of maneuver and go into a bit more of a kind of conscious bag and just being able to say a bit more than he would normally be able to say over a grime tune. So I'm liking how this is sounding so far. Obviously talking about it sounding like they're being on the roof again. It's a real throwback when we look at these two collaborating. The history is insane.
Then I tapped in, alchemist. When I feel the pressure, I make diamonds. I cannot stop getting the racks in.
Would have thought back then we be some powerful black men. Back when we was in the States, I was trapping. Y'all know how it.
This is fire. They're going back to back, super intricate. It's sounding like they're going to be going back to back the entire way through. I hope so. The way Ghetts is approaching this, obviously, he comes out the bag swinging. Realistically, and this is the thing. I feel there's going to be a bit of a clash atmosphere within this tune, even though I think they're pretty cool now, Ghetts and Skepta, but I have a feeling there's going to be that kind of classic grime energy if they're going back to back. There's no way they can get outdone by the other person. This tune's just going to get hyper and more expansive as we go.
impacted us. Can't block a nigga when flats are us. Abandoned flats with a man them trap. I took a few L's on my champion hat. Came back like a champion and landed jabs while being branded black.
Oh my word. Ghetts is the best, bro. It's that simple. Ghetts is the best. Like, how can you be this intricate and still have so much clarity in what you're saying? The way he's able to process these multisyllabic lyrics and put them out in such a way where you can still hear every single syllable. He's genuinely one of the most talented speakers, not even necessarily rappers, but the way he projects, I've never heard anyone with that level of clarity. The only other person I've heard in the UK with a close level of clarity is Dot Rotten, Zeph Ellis, whatever he's called now. But when he was doing grime, he was the only person who was close. But Ghetts, the clarity is untouchable.
Man, you see the jewels on my neck. Class of Deja, went school with the best. When I fire my lyrics, you know I shoot for the chest and the head. Eyes roll back, better check if he's dead. I cannot act for the image. I'm in the motherland.
The whole instrumental structure to this tune is absolutely crazy. That subline is powerful as anything. And Skepta there obviously talking about being from the class of Deja, growing up with the best to ever do it. There's a lot of people involved in that class of Deja, you know, because there was a point where Deja was one of the main stations in London for doing this type of music. So there's going to be a lot of people involved in that sort of class of Deja. Obviously, we've heard the Kano tune with D-Double and Ghetts on it. It might be a thing of Skepta kind of going, look, I was part of that as well, you know? So yeah.
Village, who you talking about, Willis? Ever see me on the iPhone, better know that I'm talking about business.
Don't tell me go back where I came from while the queen sits there in stolen jewels.
Come on. Facts as well, straight facts. Like, I saw this bar get clipped up onto the Twitter feed earlier, and as soon as I heard that bar, I was going, okay, this is going to be something special from the pair of them. They're both talking so much, kind of a combination of history and obviously talking a bit about politics as well, and what their kind of struggles have been personally. Just the whole way they're approaching this is amazing. It's what you want to hear from two people who've been involved in this UK music game for as long as they have and held their positions for as long as they have as well. That bar, bro. It's mental.
Cool, I go back with a chain on. I light up the place like Akon. I got a bullet with your name on. Blood stains on the pavement you played on. You think I give a fuck about a loose screw? My brother, my whole brain's gone. Look
bro. The passion with which Ghetts is able to project what he's talking about here is it blows my mind every single time. Like, I've never heard an artist who has, as I said before, that level of clarity, that level of linguistic range, and also the vocal tones to make it sound stronger than it is. I like the fact the instrumental's quite stripped back and minimum as well. It's pretty much just like low-end piano chords, a kind of subtle synthesizer line, drums and a bass note, so it's not too packed, and their kind of vocal frequencies work really nicely with it. But yeah, this is going to be a long one, guys, because I'm going to be trying breaking down as much as possible.
In the mirror, I see King, I see me. I see who, I see what,
I see three. Look in the mirror, I see King, I see me.
The nice chorus block as well, them doing that almost intertwining section in the middle, very much playing into that back-to-back sort of call and respond theme that they're running with as a sort of vocal pattern more than anything else. I like the fact they almost double up and cross over the chorus block, and obviously saying, look, I look in the mirror, I see a king, I see me, which is fire. Come on, back yourself, people.
Please don't talk about numbers. I don't want to hear what he did. Talk about me, you're talking undefeated. Talk about SKGH.
I definitely said undefeated over this type of tune earlier, didn't I? See? Visionary, trust me. I'm loving this, man. I'm absolutely loving it.
No introduction needed. The Queen offered me the MBE. I said no, and I raised my fist. I went home, got my chieftaincy. Now I'm back on the street. Police stopped me in the street.
That is so fire what Skepta did. Like, he did, as far as I'm aware, that's a true story. He did turn down an MBE. I'm pretty sure that's a true story. It might not be, and I might be absolutely gassing, but I'm pretty sure that's a true story. But I also heard that he does now have a chieftain certificacy, not certificate. Like he is a chieftain, which is the whole angle of that is absolutely crazy. And I do like the fact they are dipping into kind of race matters as well. And obviously with they've both spoken about the Queen quite openly, which I really, really like, and just gone, look, what are you talking about? And it's sick to see. And the way it's not. I feel the way they're intertwining it with so many different topics as well. This is like both of them showing off in so many different areas of lyrical structure. It's fire. I actually said the word lyrical, and I hate the fact I said the word lyrical, but I couldn't think of another word.
Take a pick.
There's only one Ghetts and there's only one Skepta. Blood of a king, son, name my son Emperor. You see right now I'm on a mad one. I need red rooms to the old monk Pepster. I gonna say I don't want no smoke like man.
You know what it is about Ghetts' cadence as well? It's encapsulating. You want to hear what he's going to say. There's a way of him holding his, like, the persistence of his vocal tone. There's a way of him engaging listeners, which just catches you every single time. Like, I can't think of a Ghetts tune where it's a Ghetts tune, not like a feature, where it's a Ghetts tune where he comes in and doesn't have me captured and at least wanting to hear what he's going to say over it. This is fire.
No, I am the drug tester, the young mad boy, old niggas love lecture. Diamond under pressure.
Them man are playing question time, talking about who's next in line, who the best in grime. What we want to know is who's gonna stand the test.
That instrumental switch up as well, going with the kind of chord structures, going with those pianos kind of going dun 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 dun, those new layers coming into it as well. As I said at the beginning, I feel this is going to be a tune that progresses and slowly gets kind of stronger and stronger as we go. And we're starting to hear that not only in their vocal patterns, because they are starting to get a bit more energetic. They're starting to build up, I feel, a bit of momentum within the tune, but also the instrumental structure is slowly expanding. That's the first time I've actually noticed something change very specifically. Those additional kind of chord notes and the sort of, I don't even know if it's a choir, but it sounds quite like a choir in the background, just adding a level of epicness, shall we say, to the general arrangement. Do they want to play? Right, we're back, people. I've only just got it to start working again. Don't know what happened there. I don't know if it's because I'm new to Apple Music or whatever, but we are back in the building.
Them man are playing question time, talking about who's next in line, who the best in grime. All we want to know is who's gonna stand the test of time. Labels on the phone and I had to press decline with a heart like mine.
Proper nice skippy flow patterns from Skepta as well, getting into that sort of grimy bag a bit more. Obviously with Skepta, we've seen him try a lot of different things over the years. We've seen him get involved in a lot of different sort of sounds and genres, and just in general try a lot of new things out vocally and almost rhythmically. But I feel this is him, he's starting to get back into that sort of classic bag where he's finding these little pockets in the middle of the tune.
How could I quit? Bought a crib out of the bits. Mumsy proud of the kids. Didn't want to play us on the radio. We took the thing worldwide. Now man a piss.
Do
you see that? That's a true story, bro. I remember when I'm just trying to move this around to see how much time I've got left. This is very weird software. But when I remember growing up and never hearing grime anywhere near the radio. I remember having to like tune into, I think it was Axe was the main one I was listening to when I was a lot younger. Obviously Rinse was around then, but I remember major radio stations going nowhere near grime. They wanted nothing to do with it. So he's talking truth there. He really, really is.
Too many exes. Yo, no high, look, I've been dumping. Where was you when I boy and no one?
Come on, Ghetts. Why are you so good? Like, how has no one said that bar before? And if they have, how have I not heard it? Because that's peak Ghetts for me. That's just such punchline ready Ghetts that I'm going to hear that in a dance and just go, ugh, literally like I just did. I'm swaying off that bar alone. Crazy.
Moving air right now, man, I'm wondering. Some of you niggas need humbling. I got drink that needs pouring. Got weed that needs crumbling. Got gal asking my real name. My mum don't even call me Justin.
Ah! Bro, everything about that, the internal kind of multisyllabics that are involved in the lyricism that he's using, the content about everything, he's just so, I want to say versatile, because we've heard like 4 or 5 different styles of a Ghetts approach on this tune so far already. This is crazy. It's a crazy tune.
Look in the mirror, I see king, I see me. I see who, I see what, IC3.
Look in the mirror, I see
that sub bass underneath just seems to be growling, like it's so fuzzy and so warm underneath, and obviously there's no distortion over either of their vocal lines. Like from a production perspective, it's really, really impressive how strong that low end is without there being any intrusion onto their vocal lines. It's a difficult thing to do.
I see me. I see what? I see who? I see 3. Go on then, go on then, go on then. Draw for the shetty. Bullets start dropping down like confetti.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about. As I said it earlier as well, you could slowly but surely feel Skepta getting back into that sort of classic grime bag, and now we're on one of the most classic verses that we've ever heard from Skepta. So definitely something that I feel is reinvigorating his love for not even necessarily grime, but that period, I feel.
Bring a strap if the beef is petty. Nah, rude boy, I just draw for the shetty. Make your belly look like a bowl of spaghetti. Leaving it bust in your forehead sweaty. I make you wish you never draw.
Bro, the amount of times I remember hearing this on like radio sets and stuff, this is like timeless. It's a classic sort of Grime 16 that you're going to be hearing for the next sort of 20, 30, 40 years regardless. This is going to be the bit that people pull up to as like one of the classic lines within Grime. So sick.
The machete, go on then, you think you're ready? Cruise.
Woo! If I wasn't already impressed with the production levels I am now, this bridge sounds insane. The soundscaping and the way every element is sort of moving around in my headphones is so it's hypnotic more than anything else. This is crazy. Even with that sort of quite haunting piano melody or keyboard melody, it's some kind of keys or organ sort of sound. That sort of melody going round in circles over the top of it, as I was saying, it's got that hypnotic kind of texture to it, and it makes you kind of move it. To be honest with you, it really reminds me of sort of earlier Weekend sort of stuff, like early Trilogy sort of sounding soundscapes that you would hear towards the end of tunes or in bridges in the middle. So I'd be very keen to find out who produced this. It's an interesting outro though, obviously from the tune being quite detailed in the lyricism they were using. It then sort of slowly drifts back into them doing sort of classic sort of grimy flows, and now we've obviously got this sample at the end. I don't know if it's almost like a metaphor for being the tune kind of coming full circle in the UK scene coming full circle. Maybe could have just made that up entirely, but we'll see. What a tune this is. I'm so impressed. I mean, to be honest, I'm not surprised that a Ghetts single is kind of mind-blowingly good. However, I feel, I'll be honest with you, I haven't been super hot on what Skepta's been doing recently. I quite like that new tune he did with Michael Phantom and someone, I can't even remember who the other person was. I think it's L3, I think his name was. But again, I might be wrong on that. I haven't been super hot on what Skepta's been doing recently. However, this is easily my favorite thing I've heard Skepta on in the last few, realistically, the last couple of years. I think his approach to it is perfect. The fact he does slowly drift back towards that classic Skepta lyricism towards the end, and a lot of the lyricism he's using towards the beginning as well, getting into sort of patterns and pockets. That's what we want to hear from Skepta, you know. And obviously with Ghetts, I can't put enough praise on Ghetts as a vocalist, to be honest with you. The sort of patterns he's using, the ins and outs, the general flavour of what he's doing, it's just showcasing the versatility to a whole different level, and it's a banger. I can't say any more than that. It's an absolute banger. Right then, people, if you have enjoyed this reaction video, as I said before, please do make sure you are hitting that subscribe button. We want to get to 4K by within the next 2 weeks or so. That would be absolutely amazing if we can do it. As well as that, you can catch me over on Breakfast with Kovu in the morning, live on Trickstar Radio. Go and download that Trickstar Radio app and get involved with the show. We're live from 7 till 10, Monday to Friday, and you can check out the podcasts on this channel and via Spotify, Apple Music, and SoundCloud. I'm also available on TikTok, and there's always clips from these reaction videos going up on there as well. Yes, I'm on TikTok as well. Making the most of the internet, people. So yeah, we'll see you next time, and yeah, enjoy the rest of your evening.